Hi Scorpio, welcome to Free Your Spirit Healing. This is going to be messages for you for your highest good for the month of August 2025. I trust you had a good July. Let's see what's coming in for you for August. Ooh. Completing something. Something is completing. What is completing for Scorpio for August? Oh, maybe an end to burdens. That's good. Some kind of cycle's completing, and I feel like it's to do with you're making an internal shift in yourself, Scorpio, to overcome some kind of burden of self-sabotage. There's something that maybe you've been putting off or procrastinating over, and you've been considering this pattern for a long time. So you may also be cutting some kind of workload in half to honor yourself. So you're making some quite clear change in the way things have been done, and in this considerations, you're taking time off to gain clarity and to look at the bigger picture and to get a different perspective on everything. There's something in there about how you share your knowledge or what knowledge you want to share, and this could be your entire life's encyclopedia inside you, like everything, all the knowledge that you've gained over your life so far. Or it could be something as simple as what you share on social media. Or it might be that something that you've shared on social media is being taken the wrong way or misconstrued or misunderstood. And you're just sitting patiently with your own truth, and you're in your own value and knowing your own worth and knowing yourself. So regardless of how other people see you or what other people might say, it doesn't really matter, because you know who you are, and your truest friends and dearest friends also see things for what they are and know that your heart is good. I feel like you're doing a lot of contemplating in August to do with the things that chain you or hold you back in some way. The things that make you feel stuck, that you don't feel free from. The material things. So you're gaining a new perspective over material things and what chains you. And I feel like you're overcoming those aspects beautifully. You are handling yourself well and taking the action that does need to be taken. And you may also be receiving some kind of award or reward for things that you have already done or things that you do in August that come to light. This might be something ongoing to do with your work or some action that you've taken, but that something's getting recognized. That's nice. Congratulations, Scorpio, on your own brilliance. And yeah, you're seeing what burdens you, and in some way, or things that kind of make you feel uncomfortable or in some way, and you are you're turning that around. You're getting a different perspective on it, and you're taking matters into your own hands in August. And how curious. Okay, so this is something to do with a cycle that's completed or ended or finished, and but there's still a cumulative stress or burden connected to it that causes conflict. It seems like it's something where something about people not being on the same page. There's conflicts of interest going on, to do with something that you're getting recognized for. And it's something to do with the action that's being taken. And there may need to be a change in the course of action. Someone may be stealing the intellect, stealing something intellectual, or turning a blind eye to something, or misbehaving, or misusing or misconstruing information. It's to do with the way something's manipulated that has already been worked on. This is a very bizarre reading, Scorpio. I'm just reading the cards, but I'm like, well, what is this trying to say? It feels mysterious. And there's some kind of major change that needs to happen or that does happen. Ooh. Of all the cards that could come out, this is really bizarre. You've got a lot of action or wands, but the one, like the Ten of Wands, is like burden or just everything accumulative, and that's come after the World, which is completion. So there's something accumulative that's already been completed, and then you've got Five of Swords, which is usually someone doing you dirty, or someone not on the same page, or some kind of change, or someone having to change something to please themselves. But obviously there always ends up being someone left out or not pleased if someone's winning, someone's losing kind of thing. And that leaves contemplation around finance and a new perspective of what chains you. And then taking action towards a victory or a victorious outcome, something that's overcome, and also could be to do with being recognized for something, so you're being seen for something. And then you've got Magician, which can be it can be manifesting things and having all the tools that you need to manifest, all of the 4 tools, which are fire, earth, air and water. So all the elements coming together and commanding them down to earth. But with the placement of the Magician, he's commanding from the 10 of Wands, which is like the accumulation of burdens, really, with the 5 of Swords there. And he's pointing at the 5 of Wands. So it all feels very conflicting or very stressful. And also, after the 5 of Wands, you've got the 7 of Swords. So of all the cards in the deck, all the shitty ones are out. And I'm doing my best to figure out what is going to happen for you in August, because it just doesn't look very pretty. It may be that you're contemplating some form of dynamic where self-sabotage is involved, or someone sabotaging, or someone's behavior making you feel uncomfortable. I was coming after this. What's the 5 of Wands and 7 of Swords? You might be hearing from someone who's been through a lot of conflict. It could be that, and that maybe they've been manipulating their way through something, and they've been avoiding communication. That's what that is. They're avoiding communication because they're scared of an argument. But you know, arguments create change, and how you argue doesn't have to be loud or raucous. It can be more of a debate, and that's how change is created, and that's how negotiations happen. So I feel like there's some kind of disappointment over an offer, a new offer. So maybe someone doesn't know how to conflict resolution. Please let me know in the comments if any of this makes sense to you, or if it doesn't, it's obviously not your read. But this is a general collective of Scorpio, so there is something going on in the month of August for Scorpios, which it's got a good contrast of light and dark, but there's a bit too much I don't really even know how to put it. Wow. Scorpio, is someone wanting to propose to you and they don't know how, or you're rejecting a marriage offer or a commitment offer, or you're feeling rejected, or something like that. You're feeling disappointed at the offer that you're getting, or the thing that you committed to. And there is a new contract on the table. That could be to do with that commitment. So maybe that's something that you're fervently looking at. Ooh. Looking at what I feel like you might be looking at whether you want to get into a relationship with someone. And there are a lot of, oh yes, a lot of hidden feelings and a lot of, maybe a lot of hidden habits or secrets. So big decision for you, Scorpio, as to whether you want to get into a relationship with someone, because that's on the table here with an offer and collaborating, coming together, celebrating, and that's both emotional and physical. And it could be to do with a job or a new contract, but I feel like in this case it's to do with a spiritual contract. So yeah, with the Hierophant here, that's a higher level of commitment and a higher level of spiritual understanding. And you've got Two of Cups, ooh, and Ace of Wands. Yeah, you've definitely got a new offer coming in from someone who wants to shake your bones. Of course, because you're gorgeous. So even if someone's nervous or uncomfortable or doing things in a less than transparent way, I feel like whoever they are going to make the effort and overcome their own shortcomings. And there may one of either you, it could be you because you're Scorpio, but it could be the other person, but there's something about an obsessive nature. So you might be obsessing over something or someone. But an offer's coming in for you, romantically speaking, though, Scorpio. So that's something to look forward to in August, and figure out how you're going to navigate that. You've got number 40, so 40, that's 4. So that's stability and structure and form. The secret, the unknown, mysteries, wonders. So there is the moon here as well. So I feel like that with this person coming in, it may be better the devil you don't, better the devil you know. What's that saying? Better the devil you know. Maybe it is that. And knowing someone's bad points as well as their good points. If you know someone's bad points, at least you know what to expect. And sometimes that's actually very helpful, because if you don't know, if they're all secret, then that could be things that can be shocking to you later down the line. So transparency and knowing when to keep quiet, knowing how much to say and when to show your cards is important. And sometimes it's good to keep a bit of mystery about you, isn't it? And or to delve into the mysteries. So there might be something about you speaking up or shedding light on an area of this connection. Might be happening in August. And let's see what your heart says. So what's the card for you? Oh God, no, that's like, maybe it's this one. It's this one. Ooh, awaiting results. There's something that I don't think well, it might be connected to this relationship, but it doesn't have to be. But there's something that you've been awaiting results on for a very long time. It's something that you planted the seed of way back, and it has been slowly growing, and you've been cultivating it. This may be something to do with your life's purpose, and it's also strengthened who you are by continuing to cultivate this aspect that you have within you, and you also want to share with the world. So you might be preparing yourself to have the courage to share it with the world in some way. So you might be releasing something like a book or music or poetry or fill in the blank, could be absolutely anything. It's something to do with the knowledge that you've gained, or your own set of wisdom and your own skill set. So sharing that with the world. And 7, so it is part of your spiritual path to get to the point where you are ready to produce it or give more back into the world. That's cool, Scorpio. And see what spirit animal card. Oh, you got 2. Wow, talking of sharing with the world, and this, I feel like you are cultivating something that you are going to birth into the world with the golden egg. It's something that you've been cultivating for a long time, so that's another confirmation along with the tree. And then you've got otter. So otters are very playful, so finding the playful approach. And otters also, they are water creatures, and so you are okay swimming in the depths of your own emotions. But otter is here to remind us to enjoy the light emotions as well as the heavy ones, and to take a light and jovial approach in August. And have a wonderful month, and I will see you next month. Please like the video and share it with other Scorpios, and subscribe if you haven't already.